All right, that's cheap labor. It's so good to have you here, guys. Welcome. What did I do? Sometimes I don't want to tell. Like, shout out to everybody. Welcome. You're welcome to Rumbi Uncensored, guys. Cheap labor. Okay, so the songwriter, his name is Roger Chiwenga. So good to have you here, guys. So good to have you.
The reality is that we're different. Chiwenga has become the platform of conflict of capitalism, who exploit the very hand that built their empires. Meanwhile, politicians and world leaders watch from their above foundations, offering them promises.
All right. All right, guys, what's up? Hope you guys are well. So that is Rogers Chiwenga. His album is called Punching Bag. It's so good to have you here, guys. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rumbi Uncensored. It's a beautiful day. It's actually Wednesday. How are you doing? Please, guys, let me know where you are watching us from. Drop your location, please. It's very important. We are trying to promote people's music, so please just be nice. It'd be nice, guys. Alright, we are looking at the Chiwenga's death warning shots once again. Fired at Kuda, Tagwirei, Wicknell, Chivhayo, and company. Okay, some people have been asking questions. Why aren't we seeing Mnangagwa and these children? Shh. Wisdom is profitable to direct. Mutsvangwa is sold out the struggle. Okay. Actually had Monica Mutsvangwa, pushing the 2030 mantra, but we'll look at that story tomorrow. And you know why? Some people are so obsessed with the jobs and they don't look at the future of Zimbabwe. They're very much like entangled to this ritual or this cult of, if I do not support you, I can't get anything. And I have to ask a question, where are your principles? What do you stand for? It's very sad. But anyway, here we are now. Zimbabweans are fed up. A decree shed some light on how corruption has depleted our nation. A lot is going on out there, guys. Anyway, first thing first, some of you, I know it's your first time to come across this channel. You're welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure that you ring the bell. So at least every time I'm live, you'll be robbed right here. I want to say to my regular shout out, guys, don't forget to thumbs up the video and make sure that you share with others in your groups. I must say thank you because I'm seeing all your sharing. Okay, it means a lot. I appreciate you. Your comments as well. You are really commenting very well. Somebody said to me, because I commented on Apostle Chiwenga, then they have to actually sign out of my channel. I'm like, that's okay. We're not enemies, okay? If you don't feel like my content doesn't it doesn't make you feel good. It's all right. I'm not here to make you angry. But don't forget, the very same Apostle Chiwenga is also commenting on other people. In fact, he is even worse, because at least I'm nice. He's not that nice. So for you to be upset that we are talking about him, guys, we need to mature as Zimbabweans, okay? Learn to separate the person and their works, because those are two different things, okay? Their person and their works, because the works can be changed, right? Anyway, our situation is not different. We have oligarchs who can hand out hundreds of motor vehicles and millions of dollars in cash. Wives who can fly to Europe first class with friends and spend $1 million a day. We have children who can walk down to a jet in Dubai and buy $37 million US bought for cash. And some of these people have no visible means of support. It's not limited to the oligarchs. We have civil servants who can spend $2 million on the wedding of their daughter. Many parts of our cities look like Hollywood. Some with helicopter pads, heated pools, irrigated gardens, luxury cars crowd our roads. Yet our public education system is a disaster. Private schools play sport internationally and win big pipe competitions in Britain. Our health system has no drugs, even cleaning materials. We are now one of the most unequal societies in the world, and this simply cannot go on. So Eddie Cross is saying this has to stop, but the only way we can stop this kind of culture that we have today is Emmerson Mnangagwa has to go. So we can't even beat around the bush. Okay, we are where we are today because of Emmerson Mnangagwa. I think in 2017 it was like, I can't wait to destroy everything. This man came with one mission: to kill, steal, and destroy. So to just remind Eddie Cross, the person that you are advising, so before you come to us, you might as well tell him in his face. Okay, Mafuma has also joined the cult, guys. Can we tell you that Mafuma is dishing out cars to some of the people in Harare City Council as part of the water project, but we don't have running water, but he's giving out cars. We need to talk about cars. I saw a fleet of cars today, again, being dished out to ZANU-PF committee members, central committee members. One day we need to have a conversation about cars. This is not beyond just money laundering. I think there's a spiritual hinge behind it. We all know that this regime is surviving on rituals. So definitely there must be something that one day we'll know the truth. Don't forget, it's very soon. Don't forget, thumbs up the video, guys. Thumbs up the video because it helps us with algorithm. Anyway, Ali said, what's the story behind these politicians and government officials' obsession with cars? In this case, they have not broken ground on the water project, but they saw it fit to prioritize cars for the water project. It's madness. So it's Mafuma here who's doing all manner of stuff. Fadzemaere said, who are the directors and shareholders of this company that is now heading out cars, and the company that has a contract with the government? Who are these people? Did the contract undergo a public tender process? What are the terms of this partnership? In what ways will cars make water more accessible to the residents of Harare? So what Mnangagwa did, he allowed many people in ZANU-PF to steal, but you know what was his goal? To use them against himself while he's taking, I think Mnangagwa owns 3/4 of Zimbabwe. I genuinely believe him and his family, they own almost 3/4 of Zimbabwe. One day we are going to wake up and see Zimbabwe on the stock exchange for sale. I can tell you. Because this man, he's obsessed with material stuff. The obsession is really bad. Zivu, a new dawn is coming. Bring new life, a new system, unity. The future is bright. And one thing is certain, it's coming, and it's coming very soon. We all know that, there's a lot going on in the background. Emmerson Mnangagwa is desperate. I don't know what he's trying to play with all these. There's a conference that is coming for ZANU-PF, so he's desperate to push himself forward. But he doesn't know that the people he's fighting with are 20 steps ahead of him. That's the problem. So let's take a listen to Chiwenga, who's very angry, again confronting Mnangagwa on the issue of corruption. Take a listen, please, Zimbabweans. So we are not yet done. We are very much on the course. The mission is still on. Take a listen.
We can only realize our vision of attaining an empowered and prosperous upper middle income society by guarding against and desisting from all forms of actions and misdeeds which undermine the national interest. Foremost is corruption and all forms of related unethical and self-conduct, especially in respect of business transactions at whatever level, small, medium to large economic units. Any act of shady dealings and acts of deceit goes towards undermining the ideals of which these gallant national heroes sacrificed. Let us all strive to build a habitable, peaceful, economically stable, and secure Zimbabwe as a legacy for future generations. It is the duty of each generation to take our nation forward. That way, the trajectory of our nation will remain on the upward, with each generation leaving a wholesome legacy for the one coming after it.
Oh, that's so cool.
The three heroes that we are bearing today leave behind all that they worked for during their lifetime. As it is written in Job 1 verses 21, that naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return there. No one among us, these three heroes lying there, no one carries to the world yonder the material things one gathers in one's life. What one carries to the world beyond, we are told by scriptures, is one's righteousness. What one leaves behind on this earth for the living are the good deeds, selfless sacrifice, which goes towards defining one's legacy. So let's all of us keep a clean legacy. Such is the story from all our heroes who lie here and elsewhere in unmarked graves strewn across the length and breadth of our country, neighboring countries. Many never made it to a free Zimbabwe, and their tragic fate must remain a cautionary tale to our collective conscience. The only way we can honor these heroes and heroines is to make sure that we all build the Zimbabwe that they envisioned. Indeed, the great Zimbabwe we want, which is peaceful, secure, prosperous, and always moving forward. Nyika inovakwa nevene vayo, ilizwe lakiwa ngavanikazi varo. Nyika inotongwa nevene vayo, ilizwe libuswa evanikazi varo. Nyika inodzivirirwa nevene vayo, ilizwe lifikirwe ngevanikazi varo. No one is going to come and defend our country except ourselves. A loud and clear no to corruption by whomsoever. Corruption aborts our quest for sustainable economic development, peace, and stability. Our struggle for independence was founded on the values of unity and love. These are timeless and ageless values which we must personify today and tomorrow, and which we must pass on to those who come after us. They make a nation. They give character to a people. Above all, they make us winners in every sphere of human endeavor. As we strive to develop our country, what must always guide us is the need to shun hatred and to embrace each other through love, tolerance, and forgiveness. And indeed, those who are buried in mass graves in neighboring countries. Let us remember that we lost over 50,000 Zimbabweans, combatants, Mujibas and Chimbwindos, and our parents and children during the War of Liberation, lest we forget. Lack of respect for each other and petty jealousy are mortal sins, which cannot be forgiven here on earth and in heaven. We should respect one another and continue to be guided by the ethic of Ubuntu, taking cognizance of the fact that every Zimbabwean who was born as we fought for our independence contributed in different yet important capacities towards this one sacred goal, which motivated us all and built solid unit in struggle.
That's a powerful statement there. You know, I do remember in 2017 when Mnangagwa was, you know, the voice of God, the people is the voice of God. So I pray that what Chiwenga is saying, he means exactly what he's saying. Because the words that he's speaking are very powerful, quoting scriptures. That's what we want to hear. Zimbabweans are hurting, are broken. They just need peace. If I ever pray for anything, I just want peace. Like to wake up in a country where there's respect for each other. You know, we trust and believe that we can all work together to build a better Zimbabwe for everyone. And also the thing, you could do away with the culture. With only one politics seems to be there, the only Zimbabweans. But we have a lot of able individuals. I mean, talking about able in terms of execution, the great men and women of great minds who can do the extraordinary. But they are now pushed away because of toxicity. You can't really function in a country that doesn't know peace. I pray that what Chiwenga is saying, he means it. And when we say it's not only meaning it, it's also there's also an issue of can we see a Zimbabwe of this, of this caliber? Because that's what we are praying for every day. We are tired of Mnangagwa and his toxicity. So Eddie Cross is very clear. He's confronting Mnangagwa. All this needs to stop now. Your corruption, all the criminals around you, it has to stop now. One thing I'll tell you is Mnangagwa will not stop because he can only be Mnangagwa with corruption. He doesn't have an identity if he can steal, because without stealing, he feels like he's inadequate. I mean, I've always been saying a gangster always going to be a gangster. If Mnangagwa was arrested there being part of a gang and that he had burned a train, what makes you think that this guy can wake up tomorrow and be a saint and a savior and be able to serve the people of Zimbabwe? There's no way. Once a gangster will always be a gangster. That's my take, honestly. Because he has proven over and over again that he's not willing to be a different man. Never. Anyway, hope watching Honest reaction. He said President Emmerson Mnangagwa's biographer and advisor, Eddie Cross, has publicly echoed what Zimbabwe's Vice President General Chiwenga has already admitted, that Zimbabwe is being run by corrupt cartels and oligarchs who flaunt obscene wealth, owning mansions with helicopter pads, while ordinary citizens sink deeper into poverty, going to bed on empty stomachs. Zimbabwe has become one of the most unequal societies in the world, crippled by corruption, incompetence, and sheer cluelessness at the top. Under Mnangagwa's watch, billions of dollars have been looted through state capture and organized plunder, enriching a small political elite, while hospitals collapse, public servants go unpaid, and youth and young people flee the country in despair. Eddie Cross's statement is damning precisely because it comes from within Mnangagwa's own inner circle. It confirms what Zimbabweans have long known, that the man marketed as a reformer turned out to be one of Africa's most corrupt presidents and one of the worst leaders Zimbabwe has ever heard. This story about President Mnangagwa's biographer and advisor, Eddie Cross, is particularly interesting because it is coming from a pro-ZANU-PF daily newspaper. It was also written by Daily News, a publication that ordinarily defends the state and paints it in glowing terms, even when the reality on the ground is bleak. For such a paper to publish revelations that align with what many, Zimbabweans have been saying for years, signals the depth of the crisis. It shows that even within Mnangagwa's own circles and among his traditional defenders, there's now an acknowledgement that corruption and cartel capture have hollowed out the state. When the propaganda machinery starts admitting the truth, it means the rot has become impossible to hide, which I completely agree. It's over for Emmerson Mnangagwa, and I can see even some of the pages that have always been pushing propaganda on his behalf have now dumped him, and they're focusing on the country has to work. My prayer is they're also bootlickers who always survive on clutching themselves on politicians. This is a culture that we need to do away in our country. It has to go. It really has to go. All right, so the story of the babies that were killed in Kwazana. It's a very, very sad, one of the most saddest story I've never, and my prayer goes to the mother, a mom who lost 2 children at once. That's my prayer for her. Sorry, my bad. My prayer goes out to her. So I want to say this. A woman called Josephine, I do know her. I think she means well. She means well. I actually wrote a letter to Police Zimbabwe. She's not in there to do any foul play, as they think, but I genuinely believe that it's all to do with Mnangagwa, who thinks that anyone else who just come and gather is all about him. He thinks there's no life outside of him, and he's quest for power and stealing. So I just want to say, Josephine, really, she was serious. She wanted to assist the family. She didn't mean to do anything that was bad. And Mr. Nyati, the police spokesperson, there was nothing wrong. Zimbabweans have to do the right thing. It's not always about you guys and your madness. I love the fact that she also robbed Auxilia Mnangagwa, because Auxilia is watching while the country is dying. I do not know why. I don't really know why she doesn't really focus on important issues except going to the rural area and lie to the people, hoodwinking the rural folks, because he knows that they've impoverished them. They don't even have a clue. If she gets there, they think she's come in with something. She gives us some old blankets from China. It's nonsensical and shameful, honestly, from a first lady. But take a listen to Josephine, please. She's very upset. Take a listen to her.
Maivedu enyika meMnangagwa handina chandatadza kana muchiona vhidhiyo ina handina chandatadza. Tatichingoda kuuya kuzochema semadzimai. Ndikaona chinondiwana ndiri pano handina chandatadza. Munongondinzwirawo tsitsi yedu wide tichiti Mwari tioneiwo tine peini tiri kurwadziwa nevana vakachena dangari mwana wane zvitomhori nani ndiani mubereki anoda kumirwa nemwana ndiani mubereki anoda kumirwa nemwana nenzira yakati dengo kapazvizi mwana arwara kana kuti aita polio kana chicken pox tingoziona tiri vasa here veduwei amurwadziwe makaita seiwo munofokasa nezvinhu zvisina kana basa tiri kungochema isusu tiri kuratidza tiri kurwadziwa tachida kungochema tichibva kuna Blower Road kusvika parufu hapana chimwe chetatichida kuti tatichida kuchema isusu tiri kurwadziwa isusu
mawinda anobvumirwa kusikidha nemotikari muhoti asi nhasi tarangidzwa kumacha sisemadzimai
ndamukiranichitagwaininiaiwo matsvagirwa anoitwa kuti kana munhu akakomita crime anovhimwa semavhimirwo andaitwa nhasi handinamboziva kuti mune rapid response yakadaiwo so munyika medu asi ndairekana ndatonzi waita zvakati watopomerwa mhosva waita zvakati ndafonerwa nevanhu vakadzi 2 vakati vatori kunoko vanga vachitonditsvaga vanga vatoyozonditsvaga kare ndikati because ndarara panapa ndikati ndatodzokera kumba zvikanzi pamba pako ndepapi ndikati imimi muri papi ndiuye ipapapo titaurirana handikwanisi because matauriro muri kuita muri kuta zvikanzi ndinoda kutokubatsira ndikati ehe ndiri kuzvinzwisa kuti muda kundibetsira because ina handinzwisisi mutemo handiuzive zviri deep asi ndiri kuuya kwamuri tiri ndatofonawo ndichida kuhelp ndichipiwa maguidelines takataura naMP wemunomu takataura nakansela wemunomu takataura navanhu vakuru vemunomu tikati hatisi kumacha tiri kungofamba takapfeka danzwa rekufonerwa vari kundida vari kundivhima taregi.
I don't understand that, like, women just simply want to march against criminals. And then in the government, they say don't march because Mnangagwa is afraid of anyone who can rise against him. Honestly, like, how did you wake up with Emerson Mnangagwa in the office as a president? I don't get it. I'm trying to understand because I don't actually understand it. A man who had such a horrible track record, how would you expect him to run a country? A country, guys, not a country. I mean, really, now you want to intimidate a woman who was simply doing the right thing. It can't be always about him, Mnangagwa's family and what he wants with his children. It's disgusting and pathetic. Like, I'm really sorry that women have to go through what they're going through, honestly. But what can I say? The whole country is in turmoil. It's chaos. But Charles is very clear today. He said, you know, you guys know the former minister. He said that the problem is not even the Chinese or anyone else. It's Mnangagwa the problem and his administration. That's why we are in this mess. Don't even blame Chinese people. Okay, it's Mnangagwa and his administration that have brought the mess in the country. He wrote a statement here and he said, Chasu was responding to growing anger over the destruction of natural sites, including Botareko and Shirugwe and Christmas Pass in Mutare and Muvaradona or something. Wooden is saying Muzarabani. As Chinese-owned mining companies continue to expand their operations. Commenting on X, the former Mazoe South lawmaker said that Chinese investors are often criticized for destructive mining practices. The real issue is Zimbabwean officials who allow such activities for personal gain. For years, we have blamed the Chinese for destroying our environment through mining, but the truth is harder to face. The real culprits are locals. Local officials signed the licenses. Local elites pocketed the facilitation fees. Local silence allows rivers to turn into sludge. The Chinese did not corrupt our system. They found it already for sale. Just argued that the damage of Zimbabwe's environment is a symptom of deeper Zimbabwean failure rather than solely the result of foreign exploitation. This isn't a Chinese problem. It is a governance problem. If rules can be bought, someone is selling. Every destroyed riverbed tells a local story, a signature, a bribe, a blind eye. Foreign miners only exploit the vacuum we created. Blaming outsiders has become a fashionable, convenient, self-deception. Environment destruction thrives because enforcement is selective and oversight is compromised. The reform we need is about nationality. It is about integrity. Until our institutions stop trading ecological integrity for quick cash, nothing will change. The Chinese did not destroy our mountains and rivers. Our signatures did. So the Zimbabwean people allow what's currently going on. Guys, it's just chaos everywhere. As women are crying because they can't even mourn, they cannot even march against criminals. On the other hand, the country is being sold out piece by piece. And Chitando, who is the Minister of Mine, is sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And I must say to Mr. Chitando, listen, history will deal with you honestly. People are not going to forget. You are watching why the country is being ruined. Okay, sir, you are watching, okay? You are literally watching. Some people, I don't know, do they even understand that there's something that's called legacy? Just doing the right thing because you're building your name. I cannot. So why do we blame Chinese people? I know we are angry. We should not be angry Chinese people and be recording videos. Says, oh my God, yeah, they are so pegged at the airport. Oh my God, I came from wherever, China, and the whole plane is pegged with Chinese people coming to Zimbabwe. We should never complain about that. This is why I'm saying when you are being called, okay, you're being called to join forces, you do not want to be part and parcel of the forces. Remember what Geza said, come in, let's work together to put a stop to nonsense. You're always going to sit back, and then all you can do is recording and be complaining. Guys, life doesn't work like that. We must join hands. Zimbabweans, all we are failing to have is unity. We can't unite on one thing, a principle. Once we say let's unite, someone is saying, no, want the elections. Oh, no, I want to be at the front. Hold on. You can always get a position. But for now, we need to unite on principle to put a stop to the nonsense. That's why sometimes I have respect of people who stand for what they believe in. Like this guy from Apostoli said, first and foremost, I want to make it very clear. What happened what happened 2 days ago at the State House has nothing to do with us, Apostoli. People who went to the State House, they went on their personal behalf. On their behalf. We are not part and parcel of this shende, all these rituals that are going down right now, because Mnangagwa was desperate to keep himself in that space, and he must be sent packing. So, that's why I respect people who stand for what is right than just recording. It doesn't help. We need solutions on the table. Take a listen to my poster, please.
Ndine mubvunzo yauya yakawanda nevanhu vachiti ndizvo here baba Jeremiah. Vapostori vakanga vakaungana kuState House. Kwaimatira kuona isei. Ndizvo here kunamata kwedu. Ndavapindura ndikati munhu arambidzwa kuenda kumba kwaamai vake. Munhu arambidzwa zvakare kuenda kumba kwababa wake. Hazvina basa tiri mupostori waMundausi. Chinamato chedu hachitirambidze kuenda kudzimba dzavabereki vedu. Inini ikoko kumba kwaendwako kumba kwekutungamiri wenyika ino yeZimbabwe. Kuenda kwanga kwaitwa ikoko hakuna chekuita nezvekumasoro. Iri gemenzi rekumasoro munhu anogona kuzoripfeka aenda kun'anga. Gemenzi rekumasoro munhu anogona kuripfeka otoenda naro kubhawa. Handinde rake. Asi rakaisirwa mutemo manje. Zvinhu izvozvo hazvina chedu chekunamata mukati. Tine vanhu vakaita sana baba Lawrence Marondera. Tine vanhu vakaita sana baba Gibson Chinhevere. Ndevamwe vapostori vatonamata navo isi kumasoro. Havasi vatungamiri kumasoro. Ivavo vatitungamira kumarondera kwavanamata vari. AGibson vatungamiri wokuChinhevere kwavanamata vari. Sangano redu reJohani Masowe harina vatungamiri vanotungamirira tese. Hakuna zvinhu zvakadaro. Mukavaona vari kuma-offside ndovabuda offside. Ndovaderidzirwa pito vakaita nharaunda yellow card varivo kwete isusu. Sangano redu reJohani Masowe hatimirirwe nemunhu. Sangano iri chitendero chirangano chakagarwa dare kudenga. Icho chinamata nji chakanaka. Ndosaka isiri church. Kana hurumende yakati iri kurejistisa machechi, veMasowe hatirejiste, hatisi chechi. Tiri veJohani Masowe chishanu. Sangano rakanaka rakabva kudenga kuna Mwari. Rakauya pasi pano kuzorapanura maenderemo evanhu kudenga. Saka hatigoni kunyararidzwa nokuti paita mapoliticians apinzwa mukati. Hatigoni kunzi musataure nokuti sangano iri mariendesa kana kungave kuState House. Ivhiziti yaita vanhu havarambidzwe. Havana kuenda musi weChina, havana kuenda musi weFriday. Vaenda zvavo pakati pemazuva, hatitonge vanhu kana vaenda kudzimba dzavo. PaMasowe ndo panoenzaniswa vanhu netsananguro. Kana vanhu vagara kudzimba, sarudzo yekugara nekurarama mutsananguro huda. Saka muchiona vanhu vachitatarika vamwe vachitendera nenyika, vachiitwa vana vadiki naWicknell vachipiwa mazimotokari. Zvese izvozvo vanhu havarambidzwe. Vanhu vanoita kuda kwavo. Nokuti tsananguro ndoine varambidza. Asi tsananguro yacho vakati havanei nayo kuti ngavabatire futi. Charamba. Chose izwi rakati regai zvikurirani.
zvose zvakaitwa izvo vanhu vachiungana uko kuita kwekuda kwavo zvina chekuita nekunamata hazviitwi kumazowe.
All right, I love the way he puts it across, honestly. If you want, honestly, what we are seeing today, if you want to be abused by Wicknell Chivhayo, he steals money from you and he comes back and he give you mafufu. If that's what you think is worthy as a man or a woman, that's you. It's your game. I mean, why would you want to drag everyone else? Whoever is being used, you want to be used. I mean, you want to be used. I can see people twerking. They are also now slay kings, men who are twerking. I mean, begging the very same money that they know that money belongs to them. These guys are stealing money that belongs to the state. The money is our hard-earned money. And then they decide what they want to do because they knew that if you are successful, you won't be able to accept such a government. So taking all the money from the state, fiscus, it will help them to keep you in poverty so that if they can come, you can dance and and say, you know what, I'm loved. It's a game, dirty game. Criminals, that's how they operate. They want to make sure that you are poor so they can abuse you. It's not, so those that can come and say, oh, there's no dictatorship anyway. It's criminal. It's criminal work. So I don't subscribe to, oh, hey, he's a dictator, he's a there's no strategist with Mnangagwa. He's a cruel man. Call it as it is. Stop trying to give people my flowers or I deserve it. He's a wicked man. He's stealing the money that belongs to the state. My millions and my millions and my billions are kubuda Zimbabwe. My billions are kuba every month from the state. There's no strategy. There's no strategy in that. You're a criminal and you must be called as such. And that, but I know some people don't want to hear the truth. I might as well die with my truth than be lying and make people feel good. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to tell you the truth because you know why? It's only truth that can set all of us free. Otherwise, lies won't help us. But you know what? As much as we can have our drama in Zimbabwe, there are other countries that are serious. In Uganda, bishops have stood up against Museveni. You know, Museveni is also fighting to stay in power. Museveni is very close to Emerson Mnangagwa. As Museveni is another crazy man in Cameroon. I've never seen what's going on in Africa. I've never seen it. But the bishops in Uganda are confronting Museveni head-on that this is not it. And I would really expect this from Zimbabwean pastors and bishops and teachers. I've heard some of the bishops, like the Catholic bishops. I've heard Shingi Munyeza confronting ZANU-PF. I also have heard Tom Duchamp as well. But I'm expecting everybody, when I'm a kind of a message, do the right thing and stop this man from wasting our time and destroying the country. But listen to what the bishops from Uganda are saying to Museveni.
Being the president for over 40 years, and your people are so poor, you must be ashamed to lead such a people. And this message, I want it to go directly to the president. I know his agents are here. You take it to him. The older you grow, the wiser you should become. And you should know that there's eternal destiny. Whether you're a believer or not, there is a being that you must account before him. And for believers, and this is God, as you grow older, Mr. President, amend your relationship with God and with the people you have wounded. The people that surround you, especially from Acholi sub-region, majority are liars. They are not for the common people. When you go deep in the villages, some people, some families cannot even afford a packet of salt. They cannot afford to send their children to school. And you have been a president for over 40 years, and your people are so poor, you must be ashamed to lead such a people. And as you come to address our leaders,
No, man, you're not paying attention, do you?
I want to tell you, one, the issue of Balalo, take it very seriously. Two, the issue of compensation. All the times of election, you come with good programs for compensation.
Yeah.
Let this not be a Panadol for our people, but must be a real message. Our people have suffered. I want you to go directly. They have lost their lives. I know under the NRM leadership. They have lost their properties, and no sufficient compensation were given. We do not only want compensation for cows. Even our lives were lost. Our land were used to us displaced people. The churches, some were burned. And you made no mention of this. We want unrealistic compensation that targets all the households in a Acholi sub-region. In addition to cattle compensation, designate sufficient money for all the households in a Acholi sub-region to the level of $30,000 for each household. Then we shall appreciate that you are for the people. Don't take the people for granted. Don't be deceived by the people that surrounds you. Don't be deceived by the powerful cars and armies they move around with.
This message should be directed to Emmerson Mnangagwa. You know, he's surrounded by bootlickers who can't tell him the truth. So they would rather hide and be lying. And I don't know why we can't be a country that can just stand for truth. Tell this man the truth. The issue of Gukura only that he's always lying. When it's time for elections, he start coming, send the chiefs, etc. He doesn't want to take accountability. But he knows very well that his hands are dirty. You know, people can't just tell him, sir, do the right thing. You know, people are in poverty. So I love someone said, I never said it's Museveni. I said it's the bishop that is confronting Museveni. Please, guys, pay attention. I said it's a bishop from Uganda that is confronting Museveni because Museveni wants to run again. He even came out here and said, no, I'm telling the opposition party, so give me this other 5 years. Then I will voluntarily, I'll voluntarily campaign for you. And then I will anoint you after 5 years. Who do you think you are? But Museveni and Mnangagwa, they share the same characteristics, entitlement. They never want to take accountability. So he's reminding him to say, you need to pay the people, compensate the people that you some of them you killed, some you destroyed their families, compensate them now. You must be afraid of God, not afraid of things. He's reminding of that the military and all the people that salute you is all going to end. And this is important for Mnangagwa to know. You're owing Zimbabweans a lot. Not your love for want to remain that space so that the people can steal with impunity. No, you have to understand that Zimbabweans are not stupid. Because Mnangagwa thinks that we are stupid. We are not stupid. We've been watching all that he has done to our people. The pain has caused them. Killings, abductions, torturing with impunity. Stealing with impunity. And why his wife is more auxiliary Mnangagwa, they need to be told. You guys are going to pay to heavy, big time. I told you his grandchildren will curse him, will curse the day that he was born. And so I don't know this man. Because things are going to change, guys. To actually someone hear that you are Mnangagwa, just hear a surname called Mnangagwa, they're like, excuse me, who are you? So sometimes we need to tell people the truth. But I think history is about to repeat itself. I want to remind you of what this man said. You remember Chipanga during the Mugabe time? I want to read what he said in 2017. That was on the 3rd of June 2017. He said, Mugabe will be at the gates of heaven deciding who gets in. Remember? This is the problem. The Bootlickers are dangerous to any leader. And I've been saying whoever comes in post-Mnangagwa era, please do away with bootlickers. This issue of always want to respect those that are telling you what you want to hear. You need to be in a position as a leader to listen even to those that are telling you what you don't want to hear. Because Mugabe felt the same way. Imagine, what kind of a statement is this? Mugabe will be at the gates of heaven deciding who gets in. That's how much bootlicking was. Now we have those that are surrounding Mnangagwa. No, he's going to stay 2030, yada, yada, and so forth. And I'm referring to Chris Mutsvangwa. All of a sudden, this very same man that was against Kuda Tagwirei, now the wife is pushing 2030. You ask yourself, because she doesn't want to lose him in stereo position. Guys, you were never born as a minister. meaning you will live without being a minister. But people are obsessed with small little things. Just imagine you're obsessed with being a minister. So without a minister, you don't have an identity. And I've always said, people in ZANU-PF feel like without a title, you don't have identity. There's more to life than the bits and pieces you guys are getting from these thieves. Some of you were supposed to be multi-billionaires today, but these very criminals are the reason why you're in poverty. So please, guys, let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing. We can do this. Mnangagwa is going anyway, but I think I'm very much concerned about what's coming after Mnangagwa. That's why I'm trying to say, guys, we can do this thing differently. We can't remain the same people over and over again. We can't. We need to change our ways as a people. Zimbabweans, we can do better. We have what it takes. Great minds, hardworking people, humble people. It's only now that because of the thieves have tainted our identity. But the truth is that Zimbabweans have an incredible track record of hard work. Honest people. We can do this. Let's come together. Working class, no one is safe. I saw someone putting out a tweet today, that actually made me laugh. I know that was that is Penuel the Black Pen, a South African guy. So he was talking about what's going on currently. That's going on with the commissions and the inquiry. And he said, you know what? I feel like now you go to the gym, drink your water, and what you can do, mind your business. And I said to him, don't even try that. Zimbabwe did that. That's why we are paying a price. You don't just watch while nonsense is going down. We must learn to work together so that at least we can set a trajectory of how we want this country to move. But do you know, there are people right now who actually are so dissatisfied with what's going on in the country, but they do not want to contribute to say, you know what, I think we are unhappy with 1, 2, 3, 4 things, but if we do things this way, surely Zimbabwe will move. They are not going to contribute. They're just watching. And they forget. And I repeat, they forget that all the wrong things that's going down will come after their children. Because if you are saying, no, I've got my money, I think me, I'm fine, I've got my house, money saved, me and my husband, we're cool, my children are going to university, some of them are doing Cambridge school, and I'm sure we will be fine. So I don't care of what's going on the other side there. Let me tell you, when your son or your daughter lands at Robert Mugabe wearing an expensive diamond ring, they're the ones that will be killed for the diamond ring. So a wise man who understands that, no, it's not about that. Because your children will be the target. It's about creating a culture of respect. You can't just sit back and say, I don't want to get involved. No. I remember Masiwa said, no, I don't comment on politics. I'm like, hello, sir, you've got children. You can say that. Your season will pass. Generations after you will pay the price. So we need to come together as Zimbabweans and work with the fathers. We can't say, no, I think that person is a bad person. No, that's not resolving the issue. It's coming together. How can we work with these people? How can we make sure Zimbabwe works or Zimbabwe rise from this mess? But it can't rise when we are not contributing. Let's work together. Let us not politicize everything. Zimbabwe is bigger than any politicians who is and will ever come. Mnangagwa is going to leave it. He can jump all he wants. Mugabe was the same thing. Ian Smith said, never in a million years there will be majority rule. Mugabe said, I'll rule from the grave. Yes, Mnangagwa thinks in 2030 it will never happen for him. I'm here to tell you, no politician will ever be bigger than the country itself. The people are more powerful, and us, the people, we are bigger than any politicians who is and will ever come. Zimbabweans, let's work together to build our country. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. This is what I have for you this evening. I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. I love you so much, guys. Thank you for the comments. Don't forget to thumbs up the video before you leave, because I'm here. I'm here to stay until we cross. I am not going nowhere. Okay. Until we have a Zimbabwe that we all want. I love you, bless you, and bless Zimbabwe. Bye for now, but don't forget, guys, I'm going to put this song again, Cheap Labor. Okay, Cheap Labor is one of the most interesting songs that I genuinely love and I want to share with you. By the way, don't forget Rogers. Rogers is a UK-based musician. Take a listen to the song while we go. Oh, no, I can't move this one, yeah. Bless you.
Fascism in a world war that is shall never for sustenance. The reality is that it's different. Cheap labor has become the backbone of conflict of capitalists who exploit the very hand that build their empires. Meanwhile, politicians and world leaders watch from their conversations, offering them promises.
All right, I love you guys. Bye for now.